Hey everyone, this is Matt, and in today's video I'm bringing you two funny replays that happened in the new Master Duel Festival event. So the current festival is called No Extra Deck Festival, so you play decks that, without using an extra deck. So this festival is basically made so that Konami could showcase and, advertise the new cards that they just put out, the Adventure Engine package, as well as the Floowandereeze deck, right? So those two things were made for not needing an extra deck. So yeah, I have two hilarious games that I want to showcase to you. Yeah, so let's get started. But yeah, it's highly amusing. I will eventually put out a deck profile for what deck I ended up using for next decks for the festival. But yeah, I am playing Outlich, so you know. All right, so I do win the coin toss here, and I do get to go first, I believe. Yep. So I'm gonna Paw Duality because I can't extra have, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and grab Trap Trick. Trap Trick is always a good card to have. And I'm going to go ahead and set 5 pass. Alright, so let's see what they're going to do. So I have Witch's Strike. So I've been telling my viewers that, yeah, everyone should be playing Witch's Strike if you are a control deck or a trap deck or whatever, right? You should be playing this card. Not only is the normal, like, Master Duel meta, like, without the festival, already heavily in a way that everyone puts up a negate thanks to the Adventure Engine. So this should be in your main deck. Yeah, in the festival, which was also made for Floowandereeze and which can put up a negate, and Adventure, which puts up a negate, you should absolutely be main decking Witch's Strike. Alright, so check this out. So he opens with Rite of Artemisia, so right off the bat I'm like, okay, he's running Adventure, because of course he is, right? So he's going to get Fateful Adventure. He's going to get his Griffin Rider. Perfect. Everything going according to plan for the Witch's Strike to come down, right? So I'm going to let him equip this, okay? He's going to bounce a card. He bounces Trap Trick. I allow that. He summons a Griffin Rider. Okay. Griffin Rider's going to grab him an equip spell. So, you might say, what is this Starlit Papillon? What is this Forest of Lost Flowers? So, these are all cards that, basically, like, these are adventure. So, people who don't know, the Adventure Engine is simply like 10 cards. Griffin, Dracoback, and a token. But there's actually more adventure-related cards. So, this is one of them, right? So, it gives 500 attack. For every card. Yeah, so if it goes to graveyard, just like Dracoback, it comes back onto the token, right? And this field spell says monsters equipped with the Starlit Papillon are unaffected by card effects. So basically his token becomes unaffected. So yeah, you can actually build a pure adventure deck. Like, you don't have to just use the small engine, right? So this guy looks like he's running a pure adventure deck. Magic Core Warrior of the whatever. He's running, this is also an adventure monster, right? Anyway, so he attacks me with his Griffin Rider. So I'm gonna summon Eldritch in defense position. So what I want him to do is I want him to use Griffin Rider to negate my elixir so that I can Witch's Strike his ass, right? But he actually plays it smart and he does not negate. He allows me this to go through. Yeah, so he's very patient with his negate. So I summon Eldritch. He can't attack into me. So he sets a card. Okay, so I really want him to use his Griffin negate. I'm like, God damn it, I need to use a Griffin negate. So I draw Torrential Tribute, which is a great card for making someone use their Griffin negate, right? So I'm gonna get Conquistador, because Conquistador threatening to pop, especially like the Griffin Rider, which is their one and only negate, is a good way to try to force it out of them, right? And I'm gonna set Torrential Tribute. Alright, so on the draw phase, I'm gonna use Conquistador. So he actually lets me do this. He does not negate with Griffin. So I had the option here to pop the Griffin Rider, and then no more negate. But then he's not gonna be able to witch it. I'm not gonna be able to Witch's Strike, and like I want him to negate. So I want this Witch's Strike to be able to activate and resolve. So instead, I'm gonna pop his field spell. Why the field spell? Because his field spell protects his adventure token from like card effects, right? I'm gonna go ahead and flip this Huaquero. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to trigger Torrential Tribute. So I want to summon Huaquero and then flip Torrential Tribute. And then Torrential Tribute will force the Griffin negate, right? But I think I messed up my mouse clicks. I think I accidentally hit no here to using Torrential Tribute. So he bounces Torrential Tribute, and then he's going to go ahead and get more monsters, right? Alright, so he's got another equip spell for his adventure token. So basically, this deck looks like an adventure token beatdown, right? So he's going to summon the Water Enchantress. Okay. Look at this. He's got a full board. 5 cards, front row, 5 back row, right? Alright, so he's going to attack everything. Alright. And then he's gonna attack directly. All right, all right. So Witch's Strike is the win condition here. I need him to negate with Griffin Rider. So here's what I'm gonna do. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and draw. I'm gonna use Eldritch to recycle itself from the graveyard by sending Solemn Strike, and I'm not gonna summon it. I'm gonna leave it in my hand, and then I'm gonna use Eldritch's hand effect to send Ice Dragon Prison, because Ice Dragon Prison doesn't do much against his deck because his monsters are all different types, right? And I'm going to try to send the Adventure Token to graveyard. So the Adventure Token is no longer protected from card effects. So if I send this, his negate is deactivated and all his equipped spells go away, right? So this is the perfect time for him to negate, and he finally negates. Oh, excellent. He's never going to guess what I'm going to do to him now. I'm going to go ahead, get negated, and fucking Witcher Strike his ass. And goodbye, deck, right? I set Torrential, I set Trap Trick, and he surrenders, baby. I'm telling you, if you resolve Witcher Strike, you win the freaking game. Like, please play this card. Alright, want to see another hilarious game, right? So this one is against a Floowandereeze player. So Floowandereeze is another deck that's very popular in this festival. This is going to be a satisfying outcome as well. Oh, you have no idea. For those, I know some of you out there like really hate Floowandereeze, like they hate the birds. Yeah, so you're gonna soon see, how many. So I open Witcher Strike, always good to see. You open Witcher Strike, you play Witcher Strike, you win the game. Like how could life be any easier, right? So he's gonna go Gold Sark, send Robina, Eaglin, recycle Robina, standard Floowandereeze kind of stuff, right? Okay. Alright, let's see what else. Alright, Robina is going to grab the barrier statue, right? Very standard Floowandereeze play. So I will say, my opening hand is not so good, right? I opened 3 Eldritch Engine pieces and 2, like just generally good traps. Ideally, you only want to open 1 Eldritch Engine piece, not 3. But alas, we play with the hand we're dealt. So he's actually going to grab here. So he's going to grab. He doesn't know who he's playing against, so he's going to grab the map, right? Makes sense, right? He's locking me out of special summoning thanks to the barrier statue. The only way to out the barrier statue is to normal summon a monster and swing into the barrier statue. So in that case, yeah, you would want the map because the map is on the field, and I normal summon, he gets to pop off. And he has the Floowandereeze and unexplored wind. So this card is nuts because I would say like the one way Eldritch loses this matchup is if, well, I guess one way is if there's no outs to the barrier statue. The other way, which usually there are, but the actual main way is this card right here. Like if he's able to use this card to tribute our back row, we're in trouble. So we don't want that. That's bad. All right, So the fact that he does not search Dreaming Town makes me wonder if this set card is Dreaming Town. So, so what I did was I set Huaquero and Solemn Strike first, and then I ended my main phase 1, thinking, oh, maybe he thinks I'm ending my turn, he's gonna flip Dreaming Town, but then he didn't. So then when I went to main phase 2, I set like the rest of my cards. I held Witcher Strike because he doesn't have an Omni-Negate, right? I didn't see him search the Avion. Like I'm expecting the Mega Riser to come out or maybe a second M-Pen. So he's just gonna go ahead and map. So Eaglin is gonna come here. So here's the deal. I have to Torrential Tribute here because I have to get rid of his barrier statue. Because if I don't get rid of his barrier statue, my 3 Eldritch traps are dead. They literally cannot activate, right? So I have to Torrential here. Why do I have to Torrential here? Because he has Unexplored Winds, and Eaglin is about to search a Big Bird. Unexplored Winds, if I don't Torrential in this chain, Unexplored Winds will tribute one of my cards, right, to summon one of their Big Birds. So I have to Tribute here, Torrential Tribute here, to clear his field so he can't summon a Big Bird. And then I'll get rid of Unexplored Winds, so. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and Torrential Tribute. So Torrential Tribute will clear the field. No more barrier statue. So easy peasy. He gets the Stri. And then he does search the Apex Avion, Mist Valley Apex Avion, which is the big bird of theirs that Omni-Negates, baby. Alright, so he summons the Stri. He uses Stri to target M-Pen. So I'm gonna here, and then he uses Eaglin. I'm gonna flip Huaquero, followed by Conquistador, followed by Eldritch. And the reason I'm doing this all in the same chain, because the chains revolve backwards. I summon Eldritch, Conquistador will pop unexplored winds, Huaquero will banish their M-Pen. Wait, why would you banish their M-Pen? Aren't they trying to banish their M-Pen with Stri? Yes, but if you did not know, so Stri's effect says banish a card from your graveyard, and if you do, you get another normal summon. But if I banish the card that they're trying to banish from their graveyard, they do not get another normal summon. So sometimes you want to banish the target of Stri because it will stop their normal summon chain. Did you know that? Now you know. So he's going to Ash, but I have Solemn Strike, so it doesn't matter. Also, look at how long this chain is. 7 chain links, right? Man, fuck Ash. People who play Ash are degenerates. I'm just going to say it. It's like such a stupid, brainless card, like... Okay. Low impact, does nothing, and yet people want to run an Ash over any other better cards. Alright, so I pop Unexplored Winds, so he can no longer tribute one of my cards. So I'm just going to set a bunch of stuff in defense position. So yeah, so that does kill his normal summon chain, but this normal summon chain originated from maps, so he can still do a normal summon, right? But, you know, I'm still, like, made sure that made it a little harder for him, that he can't put out as many bodies as he wants, right? So, he's going to summon the M-Pen. Okay, cool. Okay. M-Pen's going to search Dreaming Town. Okay. So now he does have guaranteed follow-up on my turn. So battle phase, he's actually not going to swing into my Eldritch, which, I mean, doesn't really matter. Alright, so I draw a Trap Trick. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and just kill Robina just to get some damage on him, right? And then I'm going to set 2. So Witcher Strike is here. He's going to get Tokan. Tokan is going to target Stri, and then... So he made a mistake here. So he actually... so Tokan targets Stri, and Stri, he activated the effect to recycle back to hand. So if Stri returns to hand, Tokan's effect cannot resolve, therefore he does not get another normal summon. So big mess up on his part, but honestly, like, if he's just going to summon Apex Avian, it doesn't matter, right? Like, which is what he appears he wants to do in any case. I mean, I'm still wondering where the Ryza is. Maybe he wanted to do Ryza here, but yeah, he messed up his chain. Probably an experienced player, but yeah, hopefully he learned that kills his normal summon chain. And then, since, you know, his normal summon is over in end phase, I'm going to grab more Eldritch Traps. By the way, this has been a mediocre hand I've had, right? Like, the only good cards I've drawn has been Witcher Strike and Trap Trick. Everything else is just Eldritch Engine, which you don't want to see too much of. Okay. Alright, so then let's see what happens. So he's going to use the map again. Use Stri, right? Stri is going to... so I'm going to go ahead and, same as last turn, use Huaquero to banish the target of Stri so that his normal summon chain ends, right? Okay. Cool. Alright. So then he summons Miss Valley Apex Avian, baby. This is the monster I've been waiting for. This is the monster that will seal his fucking fate. Alright, check this out. So, there's 2 ways to go about this. And I will definitely be... oh, and he's going to use his card here to flip all my monsters face down. Doesn't matter. It's actually better for me. So here's what I do. Alright, so... okay. So let's recap what's going on here. So because he just summoned a big bird, level 7 bird, he is able to trigger the graveyard effect of Dreaming Town. For those of you who don't know, if you tribute summon a level 7 or higher monster while this card is in your graveyard, banish this card, change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. So he's basically going to flip all my monsters face down, right? Which, honestly, is kind of silly. I don't know why he's bothering with this, because here's why. When Huaquero and Conquistador flip face down, they go back into the back row. which means they're now available for me to use them again, right? So this is like kind of asinine. Like, why is he bothering with this? I don't know. Maybe he wants to use Token to grab this trap and, like, you know, he wants it banished so he can recycle it with Token. That's my guess. I don't know, but so I flip Elixir here. Why do I do that? Because I need back row space for him to put. So here's what I'm trying to do. I want to bait his Apex Avian. Elixir may be a way to do that, right? Maybe. If he doesn't take the bait, my second option is Trap Trick. What does Trap Trick do? Trap Trick allows me to go into Needle Sealing. And Needle Sealing, if you recall, requires 4 monsters on the field. There's currently 7 monsters on the field. 2 of them are going to become trap cards, right? So there'll still be 4. And he's going to... I think he's going to get a normal summon again, maybe. In any case, he has to negate Needle Sealing with Mist Valley Apex Avian. He has to, right? Okay. At that point, I will Witch's Strike. But you might be wondering, wait a minute. Trap Trick says, after you use Trap Trick, you can only activate 1 trap card for the rest of the turn after this card resolves. Right. However, if the trap that I activate after Trap Trick has its activation negated. So let's say I Trap Trick and Needle Sealing, right? I flip Needle Sealing. That's my 1 trap card activation. He changed Apex Avian, negates Needle Sealing. That Needle Sealing never activated. Therefore, I still have 1 more trap card activation, and that card will be Witch's Strike. So let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to grab my Eldritch. I want him to negate this. And then he doesn't negate, so I flip Trap Trick. I'm like, okay, if you're not going to negate my Elixir, I'm gonna go for my Needle Sealing play, right? However, he's gonna negate my Trap Trick, folks. He's gonna negate Trap Trick. Oh, oh, I love it when a plan comes together, right? So check this out, right? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards on the field, 4 cards in hand, and 2 of his I think what is this? Chain Link 1, whatever. 1 of his cards is gonna recycle, right? So just look at the beauty of this play right here. I got him right where I wanted him, right? So he negates Trap Trick, which means he negated the activation of 1 of my cards. I get my Eldritch, okay? Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. This is gonna flip my traps. My Eldritches go down. My Huaquero and my Conquistador are now available for me to play again. Mwah! Beautiful, right? I don't know why he bothered flipping. And then this card goes back into his hand, right? So yeah. And now look what's gonna happen. Oh. And Stri is also gonna go back into his hand. That means all of his birds right now are on the field or in his hand, right? Oh, look at this. And now on a new chain, Witch's Strike, baby. Oh. Dude, this guy instantly surrendered. Instantly. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so for those who don't know, Floowandereeze birds only get banished if they leave the field, right? And only the little birds. So his M-Pen that was on the field went to the graveyard. His Robina did go to the banish pile, but every single little bird in his hand went to the graveyard. His Apex Avian went to the graveyard. Everything he searched that turn went to the graveyard, and he left. And he's basically would have to end his turn with 2 Eldritch on my field and 2 Golden Land Traps plus whatever I draw. Dude, this is a satisfying game. Holy shit! Look at this. He just surrenders, yeah, because that's it. Like, Witch's Strike just completely decimated him, right? Won the game single-handedly. Like, honestly, I was barely getting by and surviving with these, like, little Golden Land Traps, but Witch's Strike, sealed the deal, baby. Look at that. This is, so satisfying. I'm sure, like, see, this is how you, like, this will teach him, see, the point of Witch's Strike is not even necessarily to, yeah, it's cool when you activate Witch's Strike, but one thing that people don't realize about Witch's Strike, that, I really want to talk about is Witch's Strike puts fear into the hearts of players who have cards that negate, right? So from now on, this guy is going to continue playing his Electrodeck Festival, knowing about this Witch's Strike, and remembering this, I'm sure he's going to remember this duel. Like, this is the type of duel, like, if I was that guy, I'm like, holy fuck, I can't believe, like, he would be, like, flabbergasted, right? Maybe tell a friend, who knows, but he's going to remember this fucking duel. And when he does, it's gonna put the fear of God in his heart, right? And he's gonna be afraid to go on to a future duel and activate an Omni-Negate, right? I'm not saying he won't ever do it. I'm just saying it's gonna put a little fear. That fear is gonna stay in his heart, right? That fear that he might not have had before this moment is gonna be there, right? And honestly, I've literally played like I've taken Witch's Strike to locals. When back in the TCG during the adventure meta, I did main deck Witch's Strike for a long time, and I hit so many of my friends and people that I know at locals with Witch's Strike, and a lot of them just got that fear in them, right? Like where they just didn't want to negate anymore, right? Or they hesitate to negate, or they'll refuse to negate when they can, and then they lose their monster or whatever. Like it's just it's a beautiful thing. So if you take anything away from this, is that right now you should be main decking Witch's Strike. Like that's all I gotta say, right? Just do it, please. I promise you, you will not regret it. It'll only bring you joy, and bring your opponents dread. All right, thank you for watching. There will be more videos, maybe more replays on the festival, the No Extra Deck festival, but maybe maybe probably most likely a deck list, right? Once I feel comfortable, but enough with it. So yeah, enjoy. More content coming along the way. Thank you for watching. Peace.